What's up, gaming community? This is Crisis169 coming to you live with this gaming review. 2019 is over with. 2019 is done and finished in the books. If you're watching this in the future, if it's January 1st, 2nd, or whenever you're watching this, ooh, on the past, ooh, the past can haunt you, I guess, right? Um, but now we have a couple more hours. It's 9:41 Central Time. We got about 10, 11, to about 3 hours left before 2019 is done and 2020 rolls in. Now, what has happened in this last year? And of course, I'm not making two parts. I was going to, but realized just I needed more time to make two parts, and so I'll make this one part. This will have everything in gaming that I know of in gaming. Um, what has happened in the last year? Well, actually, the last decade. Think about it though. I was born in 1981, so essentially I'm going to be through three different decades, in 2 centuries, or 4 decades in 2 centuries. Because 80 to 90 is one decade, and of course, it gets on all that. So I'm pretty old. And to all the friends and family we lost along the way, it's very hard. It's very somber. A lot of friends and family that we lost along the way, they're not with us to celebrate this decade. Some died at the tail end of 2 decades, 2 years ago. Some died, this year. I mean, a few months ago, a few days ago, a few weeks ago. My condolences to all the family members who, and my subscribers and people who watch this in the future. You lost somebody, in that last decade. I know it's very rough. Um, you know, 10 years gone by, man. And gaming has been crazy. In the last 10 years, gaming's been pretty crazy. Um, I was going to do a big, gigantic 10-year review, but it's going to take more than two parts. So I want to just go a la carte here and just pick and choose ones I wrote down and looked at the most. Um, the Nintendo Wii is not on there because it came out in 2006. The decade started in 2009. Um, so that there is different. But what has happened since then? We had the launch of the Xbox One in 2013. That was the most biggest launch of all time, the biggest blunder of all time. We had their resurrection with what Xbox One S, Xbox One X. Nintendo Switch came out not only two years ago, almost 3 years ago in March. And I will be doing a 3 year review of that, but I'll be doing mostly a what I call a full review of the system. Now I'll buy some more games, I'll play them on them, and then see how I feel with the system, how I rate it. Um, but yeah, though, we had a lot of things happen, and then now in this 10 year decade, we had a rise and fall of of many gaming empires. THQ finally closed out and got bought out by a NORAC, or what do you call it, company. Um, um, Atari, released their botched console that never had saw light of day. And then they got bought out by a Swedish company around 2010, 2012. Many things have happened in the decade. It's hard to write them down, but let's start off with the biggest news. And with the elephant in the room is that GameStop is going out of business practically. I know you see analogies, people say that. In the comment section, you see a person with a stick, beating a dead horse. Well, that's the analogy. GameStop is, going the way of the dodo. They are, literally, literally killing themselves. Instead of blowing the brains out, they shot themselves in the abdomen and they're bleeding out slowly for the last 10 years. Since 2009, 9 and 10 were the good years. But after 13, 14, they started having issues. And we see many companies go down. Okay, well, Crisis, what you think Crisis would have to do with gaming? Well, yeah, Sears sold gaming at one time, so did Kmart. And for a time there, Electronic Circuit City did. These companies went out, not too recently, not too long ago. It's been less than 10 years since the company's been gone. And Toys R Us, bit the bullet about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So think about it. It's been for 10 years. We lost companies, we lost loved ones, we lost gaming companies, we lost a lot of things have happened in 10 years. You know, they, the country, elected its second, you know, television personality as a president. Outside of Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump became president in 2016, and people thought the world was going to hell. We're on fire. Only in certain parts of the country are on fire. So not so we're not going to hell. So, but many things have happened in the game and non-game. But the biggest things happened. I'm gonna look up here what has happened here in the last 10 years. You know, cable. The cable costs have gone up a lot lately. Um, um, Big things have happened in gaming. Um, it's really hard to understand, guys. Say what really has gone big. Mm, and it's just something you have to look at, though. It's something you have to look at. It's he had the failed launch of Anthem. The promised to be this open world big game came out. It was a dud. Um, you have all these things that have happened in the last year or so, and nothing has really come of it. We uh, it's hard to tell people what really has happened. Games have come more better than they were 10 years ago. Games have come more real to life. 30 years ago, Super Mario Brothers was considered, an evil thing. Zelda's an evil thing. Oh my God, games are destroying the youth. Now games are so lifelike now. Most kids can't tell what's real, what's fake, or real or not. Because games are so lifelike. In the last 10 years, I've seen gaming go the way of the music industry, where they're pumping out the same track, the same two notes of a song in every song, from Katy Perry to Cash Out, her name is, to Lady Gaga. They're all using the same two notes. It seems like. I'm joking. They're joking aside. Same as gaming. Call of Duty, last 10 years, same game under a new name, constantly the same game. I am bad guy, bang, 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 you kill him. You get 10th prestige weapons, and it's just the same thing. There's nothing new. And when games do try to be new, like games like Sunset Overdrive that came out for Xbox One when it came out, the Xbox fanboys crapped all over it. Didn't want it. They wanted Call of Duty and Halo and the drinks and all their weird crap. Then when Spider-Man comes out for the PS4 but not for the Xbox One, people freak out, lose their minds. Say, "Oh, why Insomniac? Why you know, just leaving us behind like that?" So a lot of games have happened and come and gone. Scalebound being canceled by and being shut down by Microsoft Studios. Um, the whole debauchery of the Battlefield 1, Battlefront 2, the microtransactions. I can go on for the next 3 hours talking about things that have happened that I witnessed in this last decade, in this last year or two alone, and not going back to hell 2009, 2009. That's a long ass time. I've lost some friends along the way as well, and as well you guys have. I changed my life, started going to the gym more often about a year or so ago. So and I feel great doing it. A lot of things have happened in 10 years. All of us can make YouTube videos and tell 10 years of our lives right now and dispute what we have happened with friends we lost, the love we lost, the children we may have lost or gained, or got a car, lost my job, got a new job, whatever like that. But in Roman gaming, a lot of things happened in 10 years. And he had to rise and fall, of Bungie being a great Halo player, Halo game, publisher, going to being bought by Activision or going to Activision and suffering torment through them, making the stupid games, making Destiny. That was a decent game in a sense. But I was a PlayStation, uh, what do you call it? Um, uh, Tester for it. I was a tester. I was a beta tester, and I had a beta code and all that stuff. I was playing it for a month, or for 2 weeks anyway. If it came out, game came out, exact same thing I played. Man, I was so ticked off. I played it for a month. I got rid of it. I never went back to Destiny ever again. They didn't care. No, Bungie could have airdropped me a Destiny game, brand new. I would have took it again. And thought, oh, here, how much can you give me for this? Because I had no respect for Bungie and Destiny anymore. I liked Halo and I liked all those things they done. But when they did that kind of game, like, man, this is stupid. And then the rest of the game was behind a paywall. And don't give me this crap. Well, you gotta accept it. Accept nothing. You're paying $60 for a game. You're paying $60 for 25% of a game, whole game on disc. You did this crap 25 years ago. Gamers would be running out of their damn house with pitchforks and flames, chasing the gun companies down and wanting to, tie them up string them up to a tree, or tie them to a stake and burn them, because that was considered, lunacy, you know, and also just being crappy now. And games are lazier nowadays. People, the game developers are lazier nowadays. Like, they make games, put everything behind a paywall. Anthem is a prime example. Battlefront 2, yes, it's a lot better than it was. That's in Battlefront 2. I played it on EA Access when I had it for about 30 days. It's a good game. I played it. Still $60 at Walmart though. $60 at GameStop. I can get Diddley for like $12. Are you kidding me, guys? That's another example of things that haven't changed in 10 years. But games have been getting bigger and better. Now I got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. My first Nintendo system I had since the GameCube and the small little DS thing I had there. The SDS folding thing I had. Bought at Game Crazy for it went under. Hollywood Video. I played it for a while and I lost it in my house somewhere. It's somewhere. I'll probably find it and play it again. But see, I had a Nintendo system for over 20 years because I fell out of Nintendo when they started going kitty centric. I didn't buy the Nintendo Wii for the little bowling thing at Diggy. And I didn't buy the Wii U because I didn't want some Wii U. I didn't want some damn gamepad in front of me. So I didn't buy those things. I didn't buy into the hype of those two consoles. I waited on the sidelines. Waited about, what, 6 years almost, 7 years. And I got a Switch for Christmas. So, no, I like the Switch. Now I'm still trying to figure out if it warps or not. I tried to play half an hour and I turned it off and I'm playing it in the dock. But I heard people play for hours, no problem with it. So I don't know. So I'm still online researching that one. But I started a new job though. But in gaming itself though, you've seen companies like Nintendo and Microsoft and even PlayStation. PlayStation started their turn around late of 2010, 11-ish. Xbox started getting more into this we own the street thing. We're gonna go, stupid centric with ads and Doritos and pizza and crap like that. Mountain Dew and Call of Duty, Mountain Dew, Call of Duty, Call of Duty hoodie, Call of Duty shirt, Call of Duty best buy, Call of Duty game, play Call of Duty with your amp, Call of Duty. And all they want, advertisements. And I understand it's all about business. I'm not stupid. I worked in retail for 13 and a half years before going into distribution. So I understand, sell. So you got to sell. But when you had the situation for the last 10 years and you're watching both companies, all three of them actually, but Nintendo finally this year took number 2 spot away from Microsoft. The Xbox sold like 40 something. The Nintendo Switch has sold 45 to almost 47 million units in less than around 2 years. So congratulations to Nintendo finally getting what gamers want. Yes, the Nintendo Switch is no more powerful than the base Xbox One, and that's been proven. But why is it successful? Probably because of the fact that you have a system that detaches from its dock and you can carry it around. People will carry it. I see people at work. I use mine at work. When I'm at lunchtime or if I come in at 5 in the morning, I'm there at 5 in the morning and I eat my breakfast. I shove my breakfast in real quick. A little hot there, kind of cool, and I play my Switch with with the handheld thing I got. I'll show you guys my unboxing and stuff in review. I play that thing for about 30 45 minutes. I put it in my locker. I go to work. I work till about 11 o'clock. I go to lunch. Put stuff in the microwave my food. I get my Switch out, put it on the table. I put my key card on the table, my name on it. Fireworks. No, we're not having no war out there. We heard big booms. Not a war going on out there. It's just fireworks out there going off there. All stuff going on, crazy stuff going on at one time going on. And I play it, and I told a friend of mine who has one too. He plays Pokemon, two Pokemon actually. I'm not a Pokemon player. I don't play Pokemon that much. I haven't played it at all. I think I'm too old for it. I guess in about 10 years. Anyway, though, but the point being is, Nintendo Switch in this Nintendo in 10 years has done the most to dazzle their fan base back to life. Nintendo Wii U was pretty much dead. Life support. Nintendo pulled the plug, got rid of it, said, "The hell with this." Xbox still going on this, crusade with, against PCs for a while there, until until you start realizing you need to be more open, and now they're winning back support. People going, "Yeah, we love Xbox again," and that's fine. But this last decade, belongs to Nintendo. Yes, PlayStation 4 has sold 100 million units. My hats off to them for doing a great job doing it. The PS5 and the Xbox X Series coming out next year. Will the PS4, will Nintendo have a Pro or a Plus or whatever? Play Nintendo Switch Plus 2 or whatever with 4K or whatever, 1080p maybe there, 4K support there maybe. I don't know for sure. Who knows? Or 4K support, 1080p support even for who knows? But this year has been pretty wild. And Nintendo turned my head a lot more than Sony and PlayStation did. They did because Nintendo has done more in the last year or two than both of their companies have done. Because Nintendo was number 3 for a long time. Yes, the Wii came out in 2006, 2007, 2008, whatever it came out, and it kicked ass, 100 million units. But how many of those are on Goodwills and are being sold in garage sales for $10 nowadays? And some of them have the GameCube capability where you can pop it open the side and play GameCube games on them. And those ones are hard to find. Not hard to find. They're hard to find because a lot of people hang on to them and put them in good dust collectors. They don't trade them in. Some have. But Nintendo had learned a lesson more than Microsoft or Sony has, in my assumption. And I have not been playing Nintendo products for longer than 10 years, almost 20 years. I haven't had a console outside of a little 3DS thing I got, or DS thing I got, flip thing, bought for $89 at a Game Crazy because they're going out of business, they're closing their stores. So I haven't had a Nintendo system itself, console in my house, in my room, my house, apartment, building, my house, we want to call it. Um, yes, I played, roommates Wii U or when you mate roommates Wii. And that's fine. I played them, but I never actually owned one. But I was told my sisters, my father, I want a Switch for Christmas if possible. Why? I'll get back in Nintendo. Why is that? Because I haven't had one in 20 something years. Okay, we'll see what we can do. And I put $400 for my sister's computer, my $300 for my sister's watch she wanted. So, I felt like, if I didn't get one, I wouldn't have felt burned if I didn't get one. I didn't really care. I could buy one myself if I wanted to. But coming Christmas time, open up, oh wow, Nintendo Switch. Um, so, Nintendo to me has turned my head more in the last 10 years than any other gaming company has. And Sony, yes, has good games. Microsoft had learned a lesson somewhat from this DRM crap, and they're slowly understanding that. Microsoft, with the one X I got for Christmas 2017. Hey, Jason, legal immigration. Tell you the truth, if you're here legally, you should go back. If you are here and I know liberals are going to lose their minds, freak out, and have seizures and run around and try to burn down my house or whatever. But the fact is, a few Americans in the last decade have been killed by illegal aliens who've been deported multiple times in Obama's administration, and nobody cares about that. And I'm not really a Trump supporter. I didn't vote for him in 2016. I didn't vote for Hillary either. Um, and getting off gaming now and off to politics. I didn't vote for Trump because I thought Trump's kind of a goofball. I didn't vote for Clinton because I think she's a pathological liar. Clinton to me is a woman, a person that will climb a tree to tell a lie and stand on the ground and tell the truth. She's a woman who'll do everything she can to lie. Trump is a bold-faced bully, but he's a business bully. He wants things done his way, the way it works. So I have to understand. I didn't vote for him in 2016, but I may vote for him in 2020. I still don't for sure. To me, the Democrats are garbage for doing the impeachment proceedings. I think they just killed themselves pretty much. Career wise. We'll find out in 2020. But going back into gaming now, because my game channel mostly is gaming. I'm not really a political person. But I appreciate your honesty there, Jason. And I appreciate your comments, as well as both comments about things around the world in the last 10 years. But gaming is mostly what I usually talk about because I'm pretty passionate about. But Nintendo itself has gone better than the other two. And of course, before I say anything else, the elephant in the room. What do you think of Stadia? Stadia is a damn joke. Stadia, no, to me, it's like the Democratic Party. It's a joke. It's something that it tried to be. It had good ideas. Stream wherever you want to, play games. But it said you don't need anything to play. Oh yeah, you need this Google Chrome Ultra and this controller. That's hardware. You need hardware then. But they said you could take it off and put it on anything. A monitor, TVs, a phone, planar phone, and it does work if you have a pistol. No, a pistol, what do you call it? Phone. Anything else? Your SOL. But I feel that no, elephant in the room this year's Stadia, and it's been beaten to death already. It's garbage. It's more garbage than Atari, the Atari box. Not saying something because Atari box is kind of garbage too anyway out the gate. But Stadia just came out and it just fell. So I'm right now. I go on rabbit trails a lot. So you guys didn't understand it on my channel. I just go all over the place. That's how I feel. I feel that Stadia, that Google had a good concept, but just like Google Fiber, they exploded too fast and trying to throw it out there one time instead of actually trying to reel it in. We need to do this one at a time and make it work right. You never seen this unless you played the Xbox One and watched their stuff. Yes, they had this DRM crap, but they had it in the box already. They changed it, came back around, trying to get everybody's graces again. Of course, slowly, that's really hard. The Stadia box, I know I go on different tantrums here. The Stadia box, or Stadia itself, is a cluster fuck, pretty much. It's a clusterfuck. I'm say we're all adults here because I regulate it for adults, 18 over only. Uh, and what do I feel by Stadia? You might ask, or maybe you might not care at all. Is that Stadia itself was a good concept on paper, but sucked going towards being turned on, going live. And they knew this. Google knew that Stadia was not ready. And most of the games weren't even doing 1080p, 60 frames per second. Some are doing 720p, and even some games doing lower than that. Rumors were. Um, but what do I feel in the next in a decade? And I thank for Jason's shout to Jason and his topic of legal immigration is a very hot topic in this country today, as well as in legalization that you can't be 21 years or older to smoke cigarettes now. Hell, I've been a kid. I've been 18 a long time ago. And 18 was normal age, right? Age for it. Yeah, you can go to war and get shot. You can't smoke a Marlboro. I don't know. Um, personally, you can get cancer for taking acid tablets nowadays. The Partosac, think whatever it's called, or 75, you call it, an acid has a chance of cancer in it. You can get cancer for anything nowadays. It's very sad. I lost a friend of mine to cancer, two of them actually. It's very sad, you know. So I pray for everybody who has cancer. I know I'm not making a joke of it. I prayed the Lord to destroy the cancer and have a healthy recovery. I pray that. Um, Even Mr. Lewis, who's a Democrat in the House, he has cancer. Pancreatic cancer, stage 4, very dangerous cancer, very deadly cancer. And a friend of mine, Jefferson, passed away from cancer about 2 years ago. Pancreatic cancer. He's a big guy, real big guy. But Mr. Lewis is not 71 years old. And I pray for Lewis. So I know he's a Democrat. All your Republican, Mark, are independent. Conservatives, all your no, we're human beings. Once we forget how to be human beings, we're no better than the Romans taking the Christians and Jews and throwing them, and throwing them to the lions. So before I leave here today, say God bless all you guys. Have a great New Year. Be safe. But I pray for the Lewis family that he will recover from this. Because pancreatic cancer is no joke. Um, all cancer is no joke. And cancer is just pain in the garbage. The cancer's garbage to me. We need to find a cure and eradicate it and get rid of it and destroy it. And with the Lord's help, we will get that. The research has to be done. And I pray for anybody who's going through it, family who's going through it. I know it's a living hell. I know it's really hard to talk about this because, it's the last day of the whole year. It's the whole decade. But I believe, that this year's been, this whole decade's been really strange. We had the violent attacks against Jews and homosexuals, and in a Pulse nightclub. We have all these things. We have destruction. We have terrorist attacks New York with a truck. We had terrorist attacks in Paris. We had terrorist attacks around the world. We had people getting killed left and right. And since 2009, a decade ago, it's been going on. And I think the world needs to open the heart more to more Jesus and less worrying about the new iWatch or iPhone coming out. We need to worry about our souls. So I said to you guys, forget going to the gym, New Year's resolution to the gym. Why don't you guys want to find a Bible fearing Holy Ghost church and actually research God for a while? Because I believe that we're getting close to the last seconds on this planet where a lot of things are going to happen. And I know I cuss a few times. I say a lot of weird things, but I'm very passionate about a lot of things out there. And I think that this is one thing we need to worry about. That the world is a real crazy place right now. You saw 2016 people who voted Trump getting drug out of the car and beat. New Guinea and all these other countries, Christians are being killed left and right. And no one bats an eye to it. But we need to start loving each other as Christ loved us. Love each other as human beings. I know it wasn't supposed to talk about, but I don't know why. Maybe it's the Holy Spirit of God telling me to do this, but I don't know. I believe I'm here for a reason on this planet. And you are too as well. And all of us are. I believe that we're here for a purpose. And the people who have gone before us have gone, our friends and family. Maybe the purpose is gone. Maybe their time has come. Maybe they did what God wanted them to do. I don't know. Maybe touched lives and it's time to go. But we won't know until we get to where they're at, and see them again and talk to them and tell them what has happened in the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years since they've been gone. And they tell us all the fun things they have happened to them when they entered, the paradise and heaven, and talked about all the people they've seen for hundreds of years. Of course, to them it's like day one, and I hope to see my grandparents again and my uncles again and stuff. And, I'm not sad or anything. 10 years is a long time. I've been on this planet 38 years, 81, since 81 to now. It's a lot of things I can tell you for hours, and I can tell you things I experienced when I was a kid. Good and bad, Getting out late, going out doing things, running the streets. And we all could. I know this is supposed to be for gaming, but it wasn't. Be blessed out there. Make the New Year's resolution to go find more of God. Find His Son, Jesus Christ. Talk to Him. Go to church with your spouse. Is she begging to go to church? When you go to church on Sunday. You might like it, or find one by yourself. You might find a church somewhere on the street. That church you can drive by every day. Maybe it's time to make some real New Year's resolutions that actually matter. Yeah, I'm going to the gym. Going to the gym is great. Going to the gym and going to school and education, but sometimes you need to fill your soul education. You need to get your soul filled up, because sooner or later, when our clocks strike midnight for us, and it's time to go. It's time to go. No, there is no second chance. There's no reset button on the game of life. You and I don't get a chance to go back and change what we should have changed 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Make the change now. I don't know what it is. Something pushed me to tell you guys this. Someone needs to hear this out there. And I hope someone hears it and, finds that church and starts a relationship with Jesus Christ. Because I was once a lost young kid who was running around doing stuff, and I'm a 38-year-old guy. But, we all have our issues and problems. I predict in the next year here that we'll see the PlayStation 5 and Xbox X Series come out. and we'll see what they really are packing. But until then, until that day comes, folks, be blessed, be safe. Don't drink too much out there. Don't drive home. It costs 12, $15 for a Uber driver. It costs $7,500 for a funeral, and $10,000 in fines for DUI, and probably even more if you kill somebody out there. So be safe. Peace, love, and I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Crisis 169 saying I'll see you next year.